Greetings viewers, Night here. So to any of you who actually saw my last commentary, you'll notice that I took it down. That's mainly because I used a clip from the Pokemon movie to provide a visual example for a counterpoint I was making. Unfortunately, it apparently wasn't transformative enough, and it got blocked in all countries. Although strangely, people were still able to watch my video. Spoilers, I lost the appeal. And I figured after that, there was really no point in having the video up on my channel, so I took it down. Which really kinda sucks, seeing as how I worked so long and hard on it. But to anyone who actually thought it was good, it's still up on VidMe, and I'll be linking it in the description of this video so you can go watch it if you want. Of course, I'm not just here to plug my VidMe channel. There are things I want to address about my last video. Mainly that while I consider it one of the best edited videos I've made so far, the points are really lackluster on my part. Putting this out there right now, I don't consider any of my commentaries to be 100% good. I often look back on them and think, no, I probably could have done better on this. The editing could have been better, the audio could have been better, my points could have been better. Could have done just a smidge more research. And my video on Jonah Smith's no different. Well, no, I take that back. I still think that this is my best edited video yet. But again, there's where I feel the problem is. The fact that I focused more on my editing than my points and counter-arguments. Quite a few of my points were lackluster nitpicks, I'll admit to that. I'll also admit I tried too hard to make jokes in the video. Really, I feel one or two would have been just fine. While I may give Jonah a hard time on Skype and on Twitter, I don't hate him. I did legitimately feel that his video on HTV was flawed. I wasn't terribly familiar with who HTV is, but going back to look at his channel, I think I can agree that he does come off as mediocre. I think the main reason I may have come off as thinking that Jonah didn't know what he was talking about is that Jonah often goes after countdown artists with little to no understanding about what the subject they're discussing is. But given that Jonah said he's covered HTV before, I'll admit I probably should have had more faith that Jonah knew what he was doing. Now, while I can admit that the points were lackluster and nitpicky, there are some criticisms in that video I stand behind. Mainly the joke Jonah had with the Wobbuffet, and that his dark alter ego just feels like a watered down version of Damon. But even then, I'm not going to argue with you if you want to consider those nitpicks as well. I think part of being a critic is knowing when to admit that you might be wrong on something. And if anyone can point out where I was wrong with my video, go ahead. Heck, point out any flaws with this video if you feel there are any. I think that's all I have to say here, so yeah. I don't consider Delphox vs Sneasel my worst video this year, but I will admit that it's probably one of my more flawed videos of the year. In regards to criticisms, at least. This is Night saying thanks for letting me share my thoughts. Please share yours with me.